today. From Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Sam Darnold and the Brooklyn Barons.
There's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Brooklyn Barons and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. It's an early test here after two. And we are underway in Buffalo. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 20.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he'll get this underneath to Bell. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
6-yard line. A gain of a yard.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Here's Darnold. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Over the middle, complete. That's Harper.
Darnold.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Complete to Chris Herndon. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Brooklyn.
On 1st and 10, Darnold goes underneath for Bell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
2nd and inches at the 12-yard line.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Number 40.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
7-yard line. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Bell. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. McCrane's kick is good.
Is good.
And the opening drive of the game yields 3.
3. Bills nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll throw from the gun. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Here's Allen to throw it. This is White on the screen. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And taken right at the 35. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3.
From just shy of midfield, Allen, and that's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun, it's Allen. He'll drop it underneath to White. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 55 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Clinton Dix there for the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
Tied 3-3.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Returnable here for Davis. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Down and 10.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Darnold. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Brooklyn first down.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they weren't able to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
At their own.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Singletary, the ball.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He hits White, complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. On first down, Singletary. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And that'll be incomplete.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Brings up third down and
throwing is Allen on third. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
incomplete. Micah Hyde on the coverage.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Darnold from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws, and how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Singletary. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Jordan Jenkins.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Chris Conley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
For the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Le'Veon Bell, the ball carrier. Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, Darnold. Open man is Ross, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Darnold completes it.
Darnold's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Ed Oliver. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Darnold. And he's got his man on the out route.
Darnold's pass.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And it's
3rd and long. It's Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. McCrane's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score Bills 10, Barons 6.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll get this underneath to Bell. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Crowder's got it over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Darnold hooking up over the middle with Herndon. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And he hits Herndon over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 35. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Teddy Ballgame. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? Find out? Let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Bills to take over. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. Singletary loses it. It's going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
They'll go again with Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. McCrane able to knock this one through.
The kick is
and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9.
Barron's 9.
So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And a dump off to White. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
At their own 30.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now
another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
and 7.
2nd down and 7. They go right back to Singletary. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Jordan Jenkins.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34.
To the air, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
Singletary again.
And 4.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On play action, Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
At the 3-yard line.
On 2nd and very short, Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. That time, a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Aaron's 9.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive. Complete over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Back in the 1st quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the 1st quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Able to connect with Mims. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6 from the 10. To the air again, Darnold. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 10 yards out. And his guys now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done. They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
The third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. To return, here's Chris Conley. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Allen. And Conley's got it over the middle. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
To Chris Conley. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Allen.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Singletary.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good gain of 12 yards that time. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the 50, it's Darnold. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second down and 10, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Bell. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. McCrane's kick is good.
The kick is
And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th.
Bills 17.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out come the Bills. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On 1st down, Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end.
Allen's pass.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now at 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Intercepted. They'll take over.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. After the interception, here's Darnold. Got a man open, it's Ross. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
Here's Bell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
To number 42.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
A first down throw, Darnold. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Darnold. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Darnold's pass complete.
John Ross there to make the grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
25. Bills 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. To throw again, Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Allen's throw is complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now Allen on 3rd and 2. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Down and sacked.
Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Here's Jordan Berry now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that is how you do it, my friends. This will be spotted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. Kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up
the shotgun snap for Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Darnold's pass.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
First down, Brooklyn.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Again, it's Bell. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. This is Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
57.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's good.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Left side caught by Diggs. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Today's final score, Barons.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3.